Right now, sitting perfectly still, you are shedding invisible particles into the air around you. More than 800,000 of them, every single minute. Just by existing. Start walking, and it becomes 35 million. You are, right now, a walking blizzard of skin flakes and fibres. Everywhere else on Earth, nobody notices and nobody cares. But there is one building where those numbers make you the single most dangerous thing inside. A building with the cleanest air humans have ever made. It's not a hospital. It's not a laboratory. It's a chip factory. And this is the story of the room. Here's why. The wiring on a modern chip is measured in nanometers, thousands of times thinner than a human hair. And chip makers live by a brutal rule of thumb. A particle bigger than about half the width of a wire is enough to kill the chip it lands on. Not damage it, kill it. Now, blow one of those 20 nanometer wires up to the width of a highway lane. And a single speck of dust, far too small for you to ever see, becomes a boulder tens of meters across, sitting in the middle of the road. Nothing drives through that. And a single wafer carries hundreds of chips. Chip makers measure their survival in yield, the percentage of chips on each wafer that come out alive. And in a business this expensive, every point of yield is a fortune. Every particle floating in the air is attacking that number. So the entire building is designed around one obsession: air, with nothing in it. So how clean is clean? Let's count. Outside, on a city street, every cubic meter of air you breathe carries around 35 million particles, half a micron and bigger. A hospital operating theatre, a room where people are opened up, is about 100 times cleaner than that street. And for a chip, it's nowhere near good enough. The most critical zone of a chip fab runs at what's called ISO Class 1. Count even the tiniest specks, down to 1/10 of a micron. And 1 cubic meter of that air contains 10, not 10 million, not 10,000, 10 particles. On that same count, the operating theatre holds about 10 million. This room is 1 million times cleaner than the place where surgeons operate on your heart. There is no air like it anywhere else on Earth, natural or man-made. And here's the strangest part. For most of history, nobody could build a room like this. Factories scrubbed, mopped, filtered, and the dust always won. Then, in 1962, a physicist at Sandia National Laboratories named Willis Whitfield tried an idea so simple his colleagues struggled to believe it. Stop trying to clean the room. Let the air clean the room. Move it in one smooth, constant direction, from the ceiling to the floor, like a slow, silent river, so that every particle is swept away the moment it appears. Rain the air down through a ceiling of filters that catch nearly everything bigger than a fraction of a micron, and keep replacing it hundreds of times every hour. For comparison, your home swaps its air out less than once an hour. When they measured Whitfield's little test room, the counters found about 750 specks per cubic foot, where the best clean rooms before it held over 1 million. 1,000 times cleaner, overnight. Time magazine gave him a nickname, Mr. Clean. 60 years later, every chip factory on Earth still runs on Whitfield's river of air. But the air was the easy part. The hard part is you. Remember, 800,000 particles a minute standing still. Skin, fibres, breath. So before anyone enters the room, there is a ritual. No makeup, no perfume. And if you smoke, you wait. For at least half an hour after a cigarette, your lungs keep exhaling smoke particles with every breath. Then comes the suit. The industry really does call it a bunny suit. Coverall, hood, boots, gloves, face mask, slick synthetic fabric, elastic seals at every opening, sealed at the head, the wrists, the waist, until not a centimetre of skin faces the room. Then an air shower, a steel chamber, jets on all sides, blasting off whatever still clings to you. All of that ritual cuts your particle trail by roughly 99%. And it is still not enough. Even wrapped head to toe, a human being remains the dirtiest thing in the room. So the industry followed the logic to its end. Keep the wafers away from the humans, walk into a modern fab, and look up. The ceiling is alive. Pods riding rails gliding overhead like a city of cable cars. Each pod is called a FOUP, spelled F-O-U-P, and inside are 25 wafers, sealed in their own private bubble of air, even cleaner than the room itself. The industry quietly moved the cleanroom into a box. Robots lift the pods, route them and deliver them, machine to machine, along an overhead rail network that, in one large fab, can total over 200 kilometres. A single transport robot logs about 20 kilometres a day, and the wafers need all of it, because finishing a chip takes hundreds of processing steps, up to 1,000, around 3 months inside this one building, almost never touched by a human hand. Deeper in are the lithography bays, lit entirely in yellow. The wafer's coating is so light-sensitive that ordinary white light would expose it, like opening a camera inside a dark room. And none of it ever stops. Nights, weekends, holidays. The fab runs. Because a building like this costs on the order of $20 billion. And when a power cut hit one advanced fab in Arizona in 2025, batches of half-finished wafers, months of work, went straight in the bin. So this is where the flawless disc from part 1 lives now. Inside the cleanest place ever built. A room designed at every level to keep humanity out. But empty air is only the beginning. Because now, in that perfect room, on that perfect disc, someone has to actually draw the circuits, billions of features. Each one smaller than the wavelength of light itself. Think about that. How do you print something smaller than the light you print it with? That's part 3. The print. Subscribe, so you don't miss it. And the machine that cracked it, by building a light that exists nowhere else on Earth. A tiny star. That story is on your screen right now.